Imagine standing face to face with two of the deadliest predators to ever walk the earth. On one side, the towering Tyrannosaurus rex, a 40-foot-long monster with bone-crushing jaws. On the other, the lightning-fast, cunning Velociraptor, small but dangerously smart, hunting with razor-sharp claws and deadly teamwork. If they faced off, who would win? Stay tuned, because today, we're diving deep into this prehistoric battle of brains versus brawn. First up, the Tyrannosaurus rex, or T-Rex for short, lived about 68 to 66 million years ago in what is now North America. Up to 40 feet long, 12 feet tall at the hips, and weighed as much as 10 tons, about the size of a school bus, had a bite force estimated at over 12,000 pounds, enough to crush a car like a soda can. Sharp, banana-sized teeth built for tearing flesh and breaking bones. Now meet the Velociraptor, but not the giant movie version you might be thinking of. The real Velociraptor was about 6 feet long, 1.6 feet tall at the hip, and weighed around 30 to 40 pounds, about the size of a turkey. Lived about 75 to 71 million years ago in Mongolia. Known for its intelligence, speed, and its deadly sickle-shaped claw on each foot. Perfect for slashing prey. In a fight, these two couldn't be more different. One is sheer power, the other is speed and strategy. T-Rex strength, insane bite force, could crush bones easily, thick, muscular legs, surprisingly fast for its size, up to 20 miles per hour. Huge size, could scare most enemies just by showing up. T-Rex weaknesses, short arms, not great for grappling, possibly had poor maneuverability, harder to turn quickly. Velociraptor strengths, highly intelligent, possibly hunted in packs, extremely agile, quick turns, fast sprints, sharp claws, could deliver deep, deadly wounds. Velociraptor weaknesses, small size, a single hit from T-Rex could be fatal. Thin bones, not built to take heavy damage. So what would actually happen if these two met in a fight? Scenario 1, solo battle, one-on-one. A single Velociraptor would barely stand a chance. The T-Rex could simply stomp it, crush it with a single bite, or even swat it aside with a swing of its massive head. The size difference is just too extreme. It would be like a lion fighting a house cat. Scenario 2, pack attack, but Velociraptors weren't known to fight alone. If a pack of 10 or 20 Velociraptors teamed up, the battle could be very different. Using their speed, agility, and teamwork, they could swarm around the T-Rex, leaping onto its back, slashing at its legs and belly, areas the T-Rex would struggle to defend. Over time, blood loss and exhaustion could bring the giant down. Still, it would not be easy. Many raptors would likely be killed during the attack. The T-Rex's tail and powerful jaws could take out multiple raptors in seconds if they got too close. One-on-one, the T-Rex wins easily. Its size, strength, and deadly bite are simply overwhelming. In a coordinated pack attack, the Velociraptors could have a slim chance, but only through careful strategy, patience, and a great cost. Even then, the T-Rex would take many of them down with it. In the end, it's a classic battle of power versus precision, and in most cases, power wins. But wait, what if the Velociraptors weren't alone? Pack behavior. A Velociraptor's true strength, unlike the solitary T-Rex. Velociraptors were highly social animals. They hunted in coordinated packs, using strategies more advanced than many modern predators. Imagine a dozen raptors working together, darting in and out, slashing at the T-Rex's legs, distracting it from multiple angles. Over time, even the mighty T-Rex could be overwhelmed by constant bleeding, fatigue, and confusion. Another key advantage for Velociraptors: endurance. Velociraptors were built for long pursuits and prolonged hunts. T-Rex, with its enormous mass, would burn energy quickly. If the fight dragged on too long, the Velociraptor's stamina could turn the tide in their favor. Let's run a quick simulation. Imagine the battle from the beginning. The T-Rex roars, shaking the ground. The Velociraptor packs circles, communicating with shrieks and body language. The T-Rex charges at one raptor. It dodges nimbly. Two raptors rush in, slashing at the T-Rex's legs, but they don't stay long enough to be caught. Meanwhile, others distract it from behind. A lucky strike. One Velociraptor lands a deep slash to the T-Rex's Achilles tendon, hampering its mobility. The giant stumbles slightly. The T-Rex is wounded, still lethal, but slower. Now the Velociraptors increase their attacks. Sensing weakness, let's talk weapons. T-Rex has bite force over 12,000 pounds, enough to crush a car. Muscular tail, capable of knocking smaller creatures into the air. Thick, scaly hide, hard to pierce. The Velociraptor has sickle claws, sharp enough to penetrate flesh deeply. Razor-sharp teeth for quick, repeated strikes. Agile bodies, capable of leaping great distances. In a direct contest of weapons, The T-Rex dominates, but speed and precision could create tiny wounds that add up over time. Not every battle happens under perfect conditions. At night, velociraptors would have a clear advantage. Their superior night vision could allow them to coordinate attacks, while the T-Rex struggles to spot them. An already injured or sick T-Rex would be far more vulnerable to velociraptor packs. Even minor injuries could tip the balance. In dense forests, raptors could ambush effectively. In open fields, T-Rex would reign supreme, using its size to its advantage. Now let's bust a few myths. Myth 1. Velociraptors were as big as humans. No, they were closer to the size of a large turkey. It's their cousin, Utahraptor, that reached human size. Myth 2. T-Rex was a slow, lumbering predator. That's wrong. Recent studies suggest T-Rex could run up to 20 miles per hour, faster than an Olympic sprinter. And so, after exploring every angle of this epic matchup, one thing becomes crystal clear. There's no easy answer. On one side, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, an icon of raw strength, unmatched bite force, and towering size. It ruled its world with sheer power, intimidating anything that dared cross its path. On the other, the Velociraptor, small, agile, intelligent, and deadly in numbers. A creature that proves that brains, strategy, and teamwork can sometimes level the playing field against even the fiercest giants. If we were to stage a classic, one-on-one battle, T-Rex would almost certainly emerge victorious. One crushing bite would end the fight in seconds. But if the Velociraptors had time to plan, to strike with precision and patience, using their numbers and speed wisely, even a king could fall. And that's the beauty of these ancient creatures. They remind us that in nature and in life, victory isn't always about size or strength. Sometimes it's about strategy, about endurance, about adaptability. Millions of years later, we're still fascinated by their battles, their lives, and their untold stories. We can only imagine how the earth trembled beneath their feet, and how fierce, how brilliant, and how beautiful their world must have been. Thank you for joining us on this prehistoric journey. If you enjoyed this battle of titans, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because more epic dinosaur showdowns are on the way. And don't forget to tell us in the comments, who do you think would win, and why? We can't wait to read your theories.